All right. So we are live on the internet.
Oh my god.
All right. I'm going to post to Facebook. And then I'm going to share it because there's a whole bunch of people I know that refuse to follow 8-Bit Adventures, it seems. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm also just somewhat moderately perturbed that after 10 years, I'm still sitting around like 100 followers, and there are certain folks who like just set up pages, like a couple weeks ago, and like within a day had like 800 followers.
Yeah.
What is this, Twitter or something?
Facebook.
Oh.
The Facebook pages, yeah. Now, Twitter, I have no idea, because, it's whatever. It's Twitter.
It's Twitter.
Most of them are bots anyways. But yeah, it's just,
Yeah. But hey, my friend Tony has been watching the podcast. I mean, not the podcast, the show,
Yeah.
Jemmora, like regularly.
Yeah. The funny thing is, now that we switched to doing the show just like in one chunk, 0 views on Twitch.
Well, I know that Tony had been watching.
Well, right, but this is it only tracks the VODs, right? So live views are separate from VOD views, and the reason why I was like, oh, well, maybe we'll make this change is because the VOD views were getting a lot more than YouTube.
Okay.
So yeah, so I don't know if now people are just like getting a little shy because like, oh no, it's a big 3-hour video instead of like an hour and a half or something.
It's only 3 hours.
It's a long time.
Comparatively, I've watched some 5-hour episodes of Critical Role.
Yeah, it's still a big chunk.
It is.
For me, at this point, it's hard for me to find a 3-hour span of time that I don't have something going on.
Yeah.
Particularly during the week.
Usually I'll split it up.
I mean, at least what's nice is with Twitch VODs is it will pick up where you last left off. It has like a special continue watching section, which is like a necessity for me, rather.
It's like YouTube.
Yes. But it's better than YouTube because it won't stop playing if you minimize it on mobile. Whereas you can't minimize YouTube, whereas you can minimize Twitch. So
yeah. Well, I cast to the TV at work.
Yeah, so I don't have a TV to cast anything to at work.
You have a smart TV at your house. You can cast to that.
I wouldn't cast to that because we just have a Twitch app on there.
I Twitch app.
Yeah.
I'm like, but yeah.
So, anyway, let's get started because due to
let's do it
microphones being stupid, we started late. So, going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up on episode 136, WoW won't let you hide pants. Heroes won't let you buy loot chests. 2 new switches and much, much more on the 8-Bit Adventures podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the 8-Bit Adventures podcast. We are bringing you the latest and greatest geeky news of the week. I am your host, Sean Hayes, and with me are my wonderful co-hosts, as always, Courtney Bolin.
Hey, everybody.
And Josh York.
Yeah. I had something. Hold on. I'm gonna do it.
It's too late. You ruined the moment.
No,
ready? Watch me destroy this magic card. Wha-bam!
Oh, did you
I
make
have a little token?
Is that like is that the hole punch tool, or is it like a special rig that you hooked up?
No, this is the legit.
It's the hole punch tool. Okay.
This is the 1.5 one, and where's my? Here's the 1-inch one.
Interesting. I'm used to hole punches
Gosh.
being like the ones that you use for just like
Yes,
notebook
for
paper,
like
where
a
it's
3-ring
like
binder.
yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Nope.
No, there's all sorts of cool hole punches. I
Yeah.
saw a lot of them today at Michael's when I was going
Yeah,
around
there's-
at everything.
There's like
There's-
weird shaped ones. And
There's really
Yeah.
fun shaped ones.
Whatever.
There's dinosaur shaped ones.
I don't
Nice.
need dinosaur shapes. I need circles.
Why don't you need dinosaur shapes? Everybody
Why?
needs dinosaur shapes.
No,
Because
dinosaurs are dead, and we should forget them.
That is a lie. They're
They're dead. All of them.
No, you blasphemer.
No.
birds would disagree.
Yes.
Birds are birds.
I know, but they're basically dinosaurs. They're basically
Nope, they're birds. They're definitely birds.
basically.
They have their own category.
Horseshoe crabs.
Bird.
Horseshoe crabs
Well, that also not a
have not
dinosaur.
changed.
Crustacean.
Yeah,
Yeah?
They are crustaceans. Yeah, Dinosauria is its own animal family
Oh.
group.
No.
I don't know.
Category.
It's not a
Kingdom?
phylum.
I don't remember this.
It's under the animal kingdom.
I don't know.
This was sophomore
Genus,
biology. I don't
species, I don't know.
No, genus and species are down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're at least alive in our hearts and in our D&D games.
Yes.
What was this? This was God Toucher. Elf Cleric.
You don't even know what the card was
God
that
Toucher?
you just destroyed.
It's crap. It's a 2/2 for 4, and it has a crappy ability.
What's the ability?
Pay one colorless, one white, and tap it to prevent all damage that would be dealt to target creature with power 5 or greater this turn. It's a very niche
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good ability, but
No, it's
you know,
not. Not
it
for
is
this
niche.
cost.
Not for the cost.
Yeah, it's a
that's
little
the
This thing
weird.
This thing dies to everything. It's only got two defense. It
Oh
dies-
god. Yeah,
I think
never
it's a
mind.
little overcosted.
Yeah, it's crap. It's a
Like
crap.
if it was 3 mana to cast it, I would understand, but 4 seems a little too much.
But it had a cool little.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah, the
cool
artwork's
little
pretty
A
good.
pog.
That's a nice little elf mini.
You have made a pog.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna
Good,
glue
sir.
it. I'm gonna glue it to an 1.5 inch piece of wood to make it
You have-
pretty much a legit pog.
You have made a pog, dear good sir.
So I question as to why
I
it's
don't
not an inch by inch or like an inch diameter.
So the video I watched
Is it a mech?
suggested incident.
Is it going
No.
to be a mech?
No, 1.5 inch. Just because you can get inch doesn't give you much of the art on a lot of these cards. So with 1.5 inch, you get better just composition of the image.
Yeah, but then it doesn't fit nice on a battle map.
I don't give a shit.
He's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
We
I
do
told you,
theater of the
my-
mind most of the time anyway.
Not my game is
No,
mostly
no. In
Actually,
in
yeah,
Justice,
you haven't been in my game long enough. It's
I
almost
haven't
always
been in it.
minis.
We
Really?
Always minis.
we need the tactical stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, as proven
real.
by our last session where nobody understood where anybody was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In space and time. Where I had to get out the graph paper and draw it real quick for everyone.
Yeah, it's not
But,
like Jemmora where it's basically, where am I? You're off in the bushes over there. You don't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Sean's just like, you're 30 feet away. Doesn't matter the direction.
So
really.
you're always 30 feet away
You're
or 60
always-
feet away.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the secret to theater of the
Well,
mind.
also, and I told you my goal within the next year or two is to build a gaming table with a screen in it, and then when I can I can make the squares 1.5 inches if I want.
You
Yeah.
could. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's fair. So.
Here's an inch one.
Yeah.
See, that's I don't
I
like
did-
the
oh,
I don't
here,
like the artwork on that one. It makes me
I really
it makes me scared.
I like the artwork. Hold on,
Which
I did
could
an
be
1.5
interpreted
inch
as
on
either
too.
scarred or scared, and both
Yeah.
are appropriate.
It's both. Where is I did 1.5 inches of the same art. Oh, here it is. So here's the difference between. So here's 1 inch and 1.5 inches.
It's almost as if the 1.5 inches is a half an inch wider.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I like that you get some of the torso and
Yeah.
more of
Yeah.
his little like other stuff.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
get a
I think,
little
like I
bit.
said, I think the composition you get a little more in the composition, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I did a bunch of inch ones too.
So, Magic
That's
cards.
one of the things that's what I've been doing this week. Magic cards you don't use anymore, which is almost all of my Magic cards. I'm just turning into little tokens to use for D&D.
Yeah.
I've been doing papers and get to continue to do papers this week.
Nice.
My papers done.
You got all
You are a robot.
robot-y.
Mm-hmm.
Robot-y.
I cannot start on my cosplay until my paper is done.
Yep.
So it took a lot of self-control going into Joann's today, like looking for findings.
Buying
for
fabric
stuff.
isn't working on your cosplay. It's just shopping.
Yeah, no, it's a matter of Courtney needs to look at patterns.
Yeah.
And like find the patterns or
Also,
figure out
look
how
at
to
this.
make
Look at this
the
cool mini I
patterns.
bought. I'm gonna paint pretty soon.
Oh, the stackable goblins.
Ooh,
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
battle stack.
Cool.
Yep.
This is such a rad mini.
Yeah.
I just think it's such a cool. I didn't realize how tiny it is, though. Even just, it's gonna be a pain to paint. It's gonna be a real pain.
Wow.
But yeah. No, it took me a lot to not go through the fabric today.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, I'm here for one thing only.
Yep.
I just need that one thing, and they didn't have it, so I had to take it off of a keychain I already had.
Yeah. I shared a video from Ginny D on why you should support creators on Patreon. That's about the only thing of note that I've done this week.
Yeah.
I also bought 4 D&D board games just for the miniatures.
Ooh.
Here's one of them.
Nice.
Yeah, came with like 40-something miniatures. It's actually a really good deal.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all unpainted, but
Yeah.
whatever. I don't mind painting them.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I need to find a tiefling mini.
There's plenty of those.
I
There's
know.
a lot of tiefling minis.
I
If
know.
you want to do a
I'll buy
papercraft
one.
one, Courtney, I believe I have a tiefling bard somewhere.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll look. I
Um,
might just buy one.
The only
Well,
I don't remember
no, I
from
wanna
which
pick one out myself.
I don't remember from
Well,
which
I'm
papercraft
just
supplier.
saying, until you pick your own,
Okay, that's fair.
I will have one here that we can use. So I'm not
Yeah.
using some like demon thing that I've been
yeah.
using for you up to this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I may when I go to Boston, I'm still not sure if I'm actually going to go to Anime Boston, but I'm going to Boston that weekend. That is the 19th
Mhm.
through. I'll be back sometime on the 22nd before work that night. And I'll probably there's a few game shops in Boston.
Yep.
I'll probably head
A
to one
few?
of those.
I wonder.
Just a few.
Un
just a
poquito.
few.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Un
I mean, they
poquito.
can't have any more than us here in
It
Pittsfield.
was really funny, actually. The last time that I was in Boston, went to one of the D&D shops. The Uber that we got into, the Uber or Lyft that we got into, it was me and my one of my friend's girlfriends, Erin, friend of the show.
Mhm.
And so we got in the Lyft and we were on a Lyft line. So it was like we shared the ride with another guy. All of us were going to the same location. And the Lyft rider was like, I've never had that happen before. It's like, yeah, because they were having an event. I'm not sure if it was a magic event. I don't know. They were having some sort of event, and they were having like these different sales going on, and different vendors came in, stuff cool like that. So that's when I got my mini dice too. But yeah, so I'm gonna be looking when I go to Boston.
Yep.
For that, and
Speaking of which, for those of you fortunate enough, PAX East is this weekend.
yes, it is.
I am not among those people fortunate enough to be going there, although I wish I
have
was.
I
I
believe
have
friend
to
of the
do my
show, Sean Robbins is.
Oh, is he going?
Yeah, he said he was when I was over there.
I should ask him to get me some things, like autographs.
Yeah.
Because the Waffle Crew is going to be there. So, the
Oh.
characters from Dice Camera Action. So, Holly Conrad, Anna Prosser, I think Nathan Sharp will be there, and Jared. I don't remember Jared's last name.
Padalecki? No.
No, that's Supernatural. That's Supernatural.
He's pro Jared.
Pro Jared. Yes.
Yeah. Use his YouTube name.
Nabenbauer. But yes, they will be there. Kate Welch will be there.
Nice.
Oh, Kate Welch.
She will be running essentially the next official sort of episode of Dice Camera Action in place of Chris Perkins.
Oh.
So she will, by the very nature of that, be there. I'm sure there will also be some sort of Acquisitions Inc. game there. So if not Ac Inc., then at least C Team. So
yeah,
I'm sure she'll be involved with that. But yes, I should talk to Sean. Yes. Because I was so sad. I was like, oh no, all those cool people are going to be there, and I won't. It makes me sad.
I don't know how I feel about cons. I think it's too many people.
It's actually one of the few times where I have to medicate to go. Like, let's be very, very honest right there. I tell my doctors, hey, I'm going to a convention. I know I'm going to get overstimulated. Like, can we work something through for, like, a con survival kit?
I went once years ago, and it wasn't too bad. It was just, obviously, like, if you wanted to do a particular thing, there was a line for it. But otherwise, I mean, there were big open spaces. I mean, so the last time I went was before Dark Sun came out, because I played. So I waited like a half an hour to sign up to play D&D.
Yeah.
In a preview game to showcase Dark Sun. It was for like a 3 or 4 hour block. I died in the first 20 minutes.
Oh.
And there is no resurrection magic because there is no divine magic in Dark Sun. So if you were dead, you were done. And I was just like, well, it's been fun. I'm going to go do something else. Bye. But I also traded with a bunch of people for Pokemon.
Yep.
I played in a sort of not quite, I wouldn't call it a LARP. It was more like once again showcasing 4th edition. So it was like 2 rounds of combat. You are on you are your character's mini on a big battle grid, and you have to kill the monster in 2 rounds with a party. And it was like they had basically a team queue and then a solo queue. And then if you were in the solo queue, they would basically every 5 people, they would just pair up. Or if they had a group of 3 people, they would pick 2 people from the solo queue and do that. And we did it. We won. So we got to keep all of our character placards. That was the prize. So that was pretty cool. I mean, that was pretty much it. Like, I saw a panel with Scott Kurtz, and that was basically my PAX East experience from 2010.
Yeah, I went to I did a few cons when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to another anime convention in 2011.
Yeah.
And I believe that following spring in 2012, I went to Anime Boston. And it was a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun, though, to just yell out Marco and have 100 people yell back at you Polo. And other fun things that happen like that at cons. It is one of the few times when I am not terrified of people in costumes. Because my phobia understands that I'm putting myself in this situation. I'm going to be around people where I cannot see their face. But no, I really enjoy it. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to go to AB. There isn't really anybody coming for guest artists that I'm super, super interested in. And I don't know if I really want to spend $75 for just because I'd really just want to go for an afternoon.
Yeah.
And they don't have a 1-day price.
Yeah.
But I am super, super excited for Denver Pop City or Denver Pop Culture Convention. Yeah, Denver Comic Con. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so PAX East is this weekend.
Yes. It is the time for cons.
There is no
Yeah.
Critical Role tomorrow night, but there will be dice camera action on the main stage or one of the big stages or whatever, so you should go watch that instead.
Good. It gives me time to catch up on Critical Role because I have to do homework tonight.
Because Kate Welch, as Grandma Rosie B. Stinger. So, but in other news, so there was an article from the Wall Street Journal that was starting to pick up traction this week. That they have sources inside the game industry that say Nintendo will be showing 2 new Switch models at E3, and they will debut this summer. One of the models will be targeting avid video gamers, and the other, but will still, like, they won't be on the same power level as the PS4 or the Xbox One. I mean, that's surprising to no one.
It won't be on the same level as the Pro or the X. Yeah.
Or just straight up PS4 or Xbox One. The other model will be targeting more casual gamers and will be those looking for kind of an upgrade to the 3DS, but don't necessarily want to do a full upgrade to a Switch. I have mixed feelings about this.
I do too.
I think it's smart for Nintendo to do this, because it allows them to capture a primarily 3DS audience. What my hope is that the sort of Switch Pro or whatever it's called, if these sort of rumors are correct, is that it would be a dock upgrade, because I could justify purchasing a second dock that was more powerful. I can't justify buying a new Switch, like, after 2 years.
No.
I can't justify buying a new phone after 2 years. So why would I want to replace a console after that short of a time? But if it was an upgraded dock, I mean, but then again, maybe, like, rumor has it that the dock would be able to put out to 4K or whatever the new thing put out would be to 4K. I'm still skeptical. I also don't have a 4K capable TV, so
it doesn't really matter.
Benefit me at all. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait until E3 and see if they do something like that. Yeah, but my hope is my hope is that it would be like a dock upgrade kind of a thing. So
yeah, I'm just wondering how a dock would make better graphics, like when it's coming from the system.
Well, that's what the dock currently does. Is when you're playing in handheld mode, it tops out at 720. When you dock the Switch, essentially the dock has extra processors in it and extra processing power. So that way you're able.
I don't play it docked ever.
It's able to upscale stuff to 1080p.
Yes, I would. If I had one, I would pretty much exclusively play it docked.
For me, it depends on which game. Like, Tetris 99, I'll play handheld. Monster Hunter, I prefer playing docked. Zelda and Mario, I think I preferred playing docked, but, like, would play handheld. Like, if I was visiting Megan's apartment at the time. I think a couple times I actually, because I preferred playing those games with the Pro Controller, I would prop it up on the table and then just get, like, really close and play with the Pro Controller, like, right in front of it. But yeah, so essentially I think that would be the easiest way to upgrade, quote unquote, the Switch.
Well, and I think that would be a way that wouldn't be cost prohibitive for...
No, and it also doesn't penalize early adopters, basically. Although, I mean, it's 2 years in, so...
Yeah.
I don't know if you can call people that pick it up, like, now an early adopter at this point. But
no, not at this point. Not with all the beautiful games that are coming out.
Or the ones that have come out.
Yes.
I mean, I was an early adopter, but that's because I got it on launch day. So
Like, I bought mine for Octopath.
Yeah. Sony, to switch gears a little bit, confirms it will no longer allow retailers to sell PS4 download codes starting this Monday, April 1st. This was something that somebody leaked a memo, like an internal memo, that they were going to stop doing this, and then Sony made an official statement that said, yep, that's our plan. So currently what this means is, like, you can walk into a GameStop, or I'm not sure if you can do it like at Walmart or Target. I presume you might be able to, maybe, and purchase a game that is normally digital only, but you get like a download code from the store, and then you go on to whatever shop or store, and you enter the download code, and it allows you to download it. So similar to how like PC games used to work in the past, that you would input the disc and get a download code and stuff like that. Now, in order to buy things digitally, you will have to do it from Sony.
Well, the weird thing is like, if the Sony servers are down, like before this, similar to how if the Xbox servers are down, your local GameStop or game store that gives you codes cannot get those codes. If the servers are down, it can't activate cards. If you buy like the digital gift cards, it can't activate any codes for anything. It can't get those codes because it gets them from their servers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what they're doing is just shutting that down and forcing people to have to go through them.
Yeah, it's a business. They're cutting out the middleman.
Which is, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's a bit weird to do it that way, but I can see someone had brought up in one of the comments that I read that, or maybe it was in the article that I read this in, that if you were hoping to somehow avoid entering your credit card information onto your PS4, that it will now be unavoidable. I think that's a bit of an edge case, is I don't know how many people were doing that.
I've literally had people turning in their PS4 saying, I'm getting rid of this because I refuse to put my credit card information into it.
Oh. It does also mean that you can no longer, like, that in order to use, say, like a GameStop or like a retail gift card to then get the game, you'll have to buy physical. Or you try and swap it with another gift card. I don't know if does Sony have gift cards for their store?
They do.
They do? Okay.
Yeah, PlayStation Network cards, yeah.
Okay.
Want to know why I know? Because a kid brought one to school the other day and it got stolen, and there was this whole big deal about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's, bringing like a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, well, he was flashing around, so he kind of...
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I mean,
flashing around a C-note.
Yeah, but not to... I mean, we're not blaming the victim, but...
I'm not.
Yeah. But no, I get it. Yeah. It's, at the same time... Yeah.
But yeah, so they have the cards.
Okay.
It's, yeah.
So yeah. It's just that you have to go through an extra step.
You just can't buy a digital code for a game, is what you're saying. That's it. I mean, whatever. And
they probably won't let you do subscriptions codes anymore either. Because
I don't know.
That is one of the few things I know at GameStop that you can still get on the receipt was the 3-month or 12-month PlayStation Plus membership code. And so they're probably going to stop doing that too.
Maybe.
Probably.
I mean, if they're cutting codes, if they're cutting server access to activate codes or to retrieve codes, it only makes sense that they would be stopping that as well.
And how you do it? Because no, I don't think that's the case. Because every game comes with codes for downloading stuff. Every game you buy has codes for something in it.
Yeah, but that's different. Game. But when GameStop gets code like to print off, they're pulling them from Sony's servers. So they say, hey, we need a code. And Sony says, here's your code. And it prints off. And so if they're shutting off that for the games.
Yep. Then why would they do that? Why would they do? Yeah, but that's, again, there you go. Third-party retailers. So why would they do it for their subscription service? Because I bet, I'm sure this isn't just a like, let's just do this. I'm
No, no,
sure
no,
there
no,
was
no.
a
What
lot
I'm
of
saying
like,
is you can do the same thing. You can do the same thing for the subscription service,
and I understand
buying
that, but
it through third party.
why? So, what do you mean third party?
So you can go into GameStop and say, I need 3 months of PlayStation Plus.
Yes, but you get a PlayStation Plus card. You get.
No, you can get it on the receipt.
What do you
You
mean?
can also get the code on
You
your
get the code
receipt.
printed on your receipt instead of getting a physical
Okay.
card.
Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah. No. They're still gonna do like the cards, but they're not gonna do the retrieving the code from the server to be printed on the bottom of the receipt.
It's the same thing. It's probably the same thing. It's just probably the same pool of codes. What's on the cards is that you guys put on the receipt. Would be my guess.
Yeah, but it's again where they're
Because there's
pulling
just
it from. Because
it's just
the
a
thing-
list of numbers and letter whatever. It's just and it's on their servers, and you put it in, and it says, "Is this available?" Yes. Okay. Good. It worked. I mean, that's probably a simplistic way of how it works. But I don't know. My point I'm making is they wouldn't have done this just for shits and giggles. I'm sure there's a lot of business research into this, and they think, oh yeah, we'll either save money or whatever by doing this or make more money doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also, something to consider is it could be just also aligning with Sony's recent business practices of not playing nicely
well
with
with
anybody,
others.
kind of a thing.
Boom.
Which may be like their go-to business strategy because they have market dominance right now. That they can just say, well, we don't have to play nicely with anyone. So we've done this before. So we've essentially allowed retailers to do this before, but I mean, now that we've had this pattern of dominance, maybe it's time to pull the plug on that and bring more money in. I mean, maybe it's also a defensive strategy with, it's a bit of a weak one, with all the news of the game streaming stuff coming out, because Sony, as of right now, does not have a platform for that stuff. So I don't know.
All I know is it doesn't affect me because I just download off PlayStation Store anyway. And
in my mind,
it's either that or I just buy the physical copy of the game.
In my mind, it's just Sony be Sony.
Yeah, but Sony barely plays well with others, let alone plays well with themselves.
Well, don't fool yourself because Nintendo doesn't do a lot of nice things either. This is just Japanese business strategy. This is Sony. This is Nintendo. This is Japan being Japan.
Yeah, but Nintendo still allowed some cross-platform play.
Right, but Nintendo does work. But Nintendo will sue the pants off you if you show a picture of one of their characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's
more copyright. That's
companies with strong trademark rules, which are typically older companies, because Disney's the same way. And if you have strong trademarks, typically you are much more aggressive in litigating against people that try and use those trademarks.
But this is also, Sega had a lot of issues too particularly with YouTubers using their games and Twitch and all this stuff too. So this is, again, in my opinion, this is Japanese business culture. Just from my point of view.
I think it's two separate issues.
Yeah.
I think it's separate things, but it's still, I think it's along the same vein.
It's within the same culture and within the same.
Japanese run their businesses and they do things like this. That seem to us like, why would you do that? That doesn't that's not a customer thing. Whereas...
I'm coming at it from a Hasbro and Disney perspective,
right.
Who are equally aggressive, we'll say.
One of my friends.
Hasbro's legal team is notorious for cease and desists on stuff.
As I say, one of my friends got a cease and desist from Hasbro from doing some stuff. Yeah.
I mean, it used to be that if you had a fan site for D&D, this was back around when it shifted over from 3rd to 4th edition. Hasbro's legal team was out in full force, tearing down any and all fan sites. So that just even mentioned Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a thing. But anyway, that's getting wildly off topic. So let's switch gears and talk about some things that you can and can't do in upcoming Blizzard games. So Warcraft. This is a fun one. Upcoming patch. Blizzard's gonna give you the capability to hide all of your armor pieces except for your pants. So you can already hide your helm, your shoulders via transmog, but like UI options include I think it's just helm and cloak and tabard maybe.
The literal point of the game is to have
again?
it's a little piece of cloth that goes over your chest and back, like
Okay, thank you.
over your torso.
Thank you.
And like your head just pokes through it.
Mhm.
The whole point of the game is to have the coolest looking armor. Why would?
Sometimes your armor does not look that cool.
No, it doesn't.
Most of the time, your armor does not look that cool. Other times,
you get the armor with the best stats. It doesn't matter if it looks good together.
But the armor with the best stats always does look cool because that's the raid gear. It should allegedly it should.
Hunters disagree.
Yeah, there we go.
Hunters, generally speaking, do not have very nice looking or cool looking gear. But anyway, so the idea is like, for example, I know for my monk is her transmog is like the noble outfit, like the noble's outfit. So I don't want her to have big giant pauldrons or a cloak and a tabard and all that stuff. So it's nice to shoulder guards, Courtney. Shoulder guards.
And again, the whole point of WoW is to have the biggest, most ridiculous shoulder pads there can be.
So this is the 80s all over again?
Not since the beginning of Battle for Azeroth. But and honestly, I've always hated the trend of giant shoulders.
That's Blizzard's art style. How could you? I mean, that's what they do.
So I've actually gone back and specifically picked out shoulders from like Burning Crusade or Vanilla that were much more subdued and actually looked like real pieces of armor.
Then you're playing the wrong game, son.
I think it's if we all have a choice, then we all can play however we want to play.
I agree. I'm just being jerked.
And I understand.
So
I can understand the concession of we'll let you hide everything except your pants because this is still a teen-rated game.
Come on, get it together, Blizzard fascists. Let people do what they want. There was a game, a Conan the Barbarian game, where you could go full nude, uncensored.
Yeah, that game is not rated T for teen.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It totally matters.
It totally does.
We're all humans.
No, dude, it totally matters.
Certain advisory boards will say that actually control litigation. So like the ESRB in the United States is kind of like an industry ratings board. It's not a government agency. In other countries, like notably Australia, the ratings board is actually a government entity and they can block games from actually coming out based on the rating.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's often quite a number of...
So does that mean that they can like ban a game from being released in Australia?
They can, unless the developers make a whole bunch of concessions, which is why with a lot of indie games you see, if they're going to be released for a worldwide market, they have extensive modifications made for particularly like European and Australian markets. Although for Australia, it doesn't really matter a whole lot since they'll probably pirate it anyway. No shade thrown at Australians. It's just a fact. Most of you are pirates, especially for your cable internet.
Why would Europe? Because they're probably more liberal with that stuff than us.
Probably from the EU.
So many countries in Europe actually have very interesting laws regarding content, and it's on a country by country basis. So, for example, Germany gets really weird with Nazi imagery.
Yeah,
and that like
straight up illegal there.
Yeah, like using Nazi, like supporting Nazi imagery is illegal in Germany. My
question is, how would is Wolfenstein able to be played over there?
They had to make
Nazis.
They had to make all sorts of modifications for Wolfenstein. It used to be in the original Wolfenstein, it was why they were made into robots.
Okay.
And over in the German version. Again, fascinating history of all the modifications that had to be made. The EU ruling on like color of blood and everything was why Subnautica changed. It used to have red blood for a lot of the creatures. They had to change it to like yellowish green, like a very yellowish color, to satisfy EU advisory boards.
Really?
Yeah, to make it in like alien color.
Does not compute.
We're just
I
Americans.
don't make the
We've
rules.
We've been desensitized to blood and gore and violence, and yeah.
But I mean, compared to other countries, we're not like a bloody gory country.
No, but with our video games.
Oh.
Well, our media in general.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Moral of the story: can't hide your pants. What you can do is instead transmog into Mage Weave, if you're a cloth wearer.
You know what?
And that is basically hiding your pants.
You need to be wearing the AQ Silithus warrior plate that's like purple and pink and neon and ridiculous.
I would totally rock that.
I do on my Twink because it's awesome and it's obnoxious.
But so technically there are a couple of pants options for each armor type that are basically not wearing pants or wearing a loincloth or whatever. So this means that all you Fury Warriors will be able to do your Conan the Barbarian roleplay in World of Warcraft, where you hide everything except like your boots, your swords, and your loincloth plate that you're wearing.
I'm pretty sure there were already armor sets that were basically that anyway.
Pretty much. But now you can actually just hide everything. So
I don't understand, like, other than for physically aesthetics, what is the point of hiding your armor?
It's entirely for
visual.
aesthetics.
It's all.
Okay.
That's what it's for.
Okay. I was like, is there like some sort of like, can people like not see or cannot tell if you like don't have armor on, so they think you're weaker or something?
You can still inspect them and see what they're wearing.
Okay, well, no, that's like I don't know. I don't play. It's like
just because they're hiding it. Yeah, you can click on them and say, what do they
have?
have?
And we've already had transmog for a while, so quickly identifying what armor people are wearing in battlegrounds and stuff to get an overall idea of their gear level has gone out the window a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even to the point of like if you're not using some kind of like nameplates and stuff, even telling what class they're playing has gone out the window. Since you can essentially like priests can wear warlock robes and stuff like that. So
I just had it so that their health bars were colors of their classes. So
yeah,
that was easy to figure out.
I mean, there's also enough people in battlegrounds that you kind of have to do that anyway. There's just there's too many people.
Yeah, nah, not in the good ones.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what the good ones are these days since I stopped.
Not Alterac Valley. That's a crappy one. Arathi Basin. That's the best battleground ever made.
It's still like what 40 to 80 people.
No,
it's what a 20 person.
I think it
40 person raid.
It might be 20 on 20, maybe 15 on 15 or 20 on 20.
Yeah, 40 people. That's still too many for me. I never raided in vanilla. That's still too many.
There's never 40 people in one spot on that map because of the way it's designed. Because it's perfectly designed to have the 5 different spots, hold points.
It's awful. I hate it.
It's the best. It is the best battleground in that game by far.
My experience with Arathi Basin is you can't do that while stunned. You can't do that while stunned. You can't do that while stunned.
That's just PvP and WoW once you hit the high levels.
Once you hit a certain
level,
or
not,
you just can't do anything.
Every level. I was not a high level PvP player.
Oh, there's not a lot of stuns in low level PvP.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought you were talking about like skill level, not numerical level. Right.
No, numerical level.
Right.
Numerical level. That's why I play Twink, because I don't like how much crowd control there is in the high levels. Every class has like 2 or 3 things.
Yeah.
That's not fun. Loss of player agency is not fun in game design. Game designers, loss of player agency is not fun.
That was
Say it again for the ones that didn't
too,
hear you.
too hot on the mic. Too hot on the mic. But anyway, let's keep moving.
Loss of player agency is not fun game design.
Yeah. Let us keep moving from the pants issue, shall we?
Yes.
So Heroes of the Storm. I believe this change is live now. Loot chests can no longer be purchasable with gems. So
there were actually a few changes. They changed all the classes or the roles.
Yes, that was another change. I forgot to put that in. Yeah, so it's no longer just support, assassin, tank, and specialist. They now split out, so it's tank and bruiser, and I think it's melee assassin, ranged assassin.
Yeah.
I can't remember if they split out support into like
healer and support.
Oh, healer and support. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So Tyrande is now correctly labeled as support and not healer.
No, I think she's a ranged assassin.
Oh, did they make her ranged assassin?
I'm pretty sure she's a ranged assassin.
Okay. Maybe they'll take her heal away and make it something else instead.
No, they won't. I don't know. I didn't look at her because I never used her, so I didn't care what she was.
Yeah. But yeah.
Let's see. What were some supports? Like, because I had a quest to do supports yesterday, and I looked at all my supports. I'm like, I don't like any of these guys.
Tassadar.
Who I got at 15, but I don't want to play him. Stay a while.
Oh, Deckard Cain.
Deckard Cain. And there was one other one I had, but I forgot who it was. They were all characters I didn't want to play.
No, it wouldn't be Uther. It wouldn't be Lily.
No.
It wouldn't be Morales.
Those are straight up healers. Those are all straight up
healers. Not Nazebo.
It doesn't matter. No, he's a specialist.
Oh, Rhaegar. What's Rhaegar?
No, Rhaegar's a healer because I played him for my healer thing yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
It's weird.
He's a straight up healer. He's got chain heal.
He's got chain heal, but his other abilities are assassin oriented.
Yeah, true.
So it's weird.
But he's not a very good assassin. He's definitely more of a healer.
That's because Sean Robbins is not playing him then. I'm trying to think of.
I don't know. I play Rhaegar pretty hard in the paint, and it's not. I'm usually putting the lightning orbs on the tanks, not myself.
Yeah,
that's where most of the damage comes from.
Yeah, well, that's a support ability. I would argue.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to think of what else. I don't know.
Lily only has one heal.
Yep. Although they baked a heal into Water Dragon, I believe now.
Yeah, but it's so weak. It's
or not Water Dragon, the little Storm Dragon thing.
Yeah,
Spirit Dragon.
It's negligible though. So.
Yeah. Hi, Kilo.
Oh.
No, Abathur.
Abby. It's Abby.
Oh, he's a support now, as opposed to specialist.
Maybe not. You know what? I'll open up the game and look.
I'll just open up a web browser and check it.
No,
open up the game.
I already opened the game.
Oh, here we go.
Wow, we're going there tonight. Okay,
we're going there. Apparently,
I'll play around while we talk about it.
Oh,
I'm joking.
Yeah, get a couple quick matches in.
Well, anyway, so
you would hear furious key slamming if I were playing that, and a lot of clicking.
Yeah, there's the pop-up. Josh has entered Heroes of the Storm.
I did it. Let's see. Who are our supports? Oh, Zarya, Abathur.
Zarya's a weird one. I would have pictured Zarya being a tank or a bruiser.
She's not a good tank. She's not a tank. She gives everybody shields. And maybe Deckard Cain's a healer. He's got
potions. He's got them potions.
He's a healer. So yeah, let's see. The supports are. Let's see. Okay, so your supports are Tassadar, Zarya, Abathur, Medivh, and Vikings.
Medivh and Vikings.
Yeah.
God, I think Vikings just don't fit into any category.
Vikings' only job is to sit in lanes and get XP.
And soak.
That's the only thing they do well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's tank, bruiser, ranged assassin, melee assassin, healer, and support. There is no more specialist.
Oh, there is no more specialist. Oh,
yeah. So,
that makes so much sense now. Okay.
Sylvanas is a ranged assassin now.
That makes sense. I retract all of my, oh, well, they can't be a support. They're a specialist. If specialist is no longer a thing, then okay. Everything makes sense now.
Yeah,
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything is right in the world again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hopped on yesterday and played a couple of games, but I didn't really pay too much attention to who was in what category.
It makes me wonder if many characters are going to get future reworks.
Maybe.
Given their new classifications.
Possible.
Taronda. Reworked again.
I was going to say
again.
She needs another rework then if she's formally now going to be a ranged assassin.
She's fine.
No. I want my rapid fire owls back. My rapid fire piercing owls of doom.
Actually, I need to get.
That is the
only.
Only...
I'm here. I'm gonna get some gems because my XP boost is running out.
Well, if you get them, just remember you can't buy loot chests with them.
I never buy loot chests.
So, but you can get them with
chests
gold.
Are pretty easy to get. All you have to do to get loot chests is level up a character.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, basically.
And if you have low level characters, you can get the first 5 levels in, I don't know, 3-4 matches.
Yeah, unless you're me and you're like, people are scary. I don't want to play with people. I don't want to play with people anymore.
Have friends play video games. That is one of my favorite lines.
I want to play video games to unwind and relax, not get more stressed out.
Yeah. I every time I play a match of Heroes and it's just bad, I'm just like, why do I do this? Why do you hate
That's
yourself?
Every time I've played Heroes with you, is I ask myself, what am I doing here?
Yeah, I was just like, why do I do this to myself?
This question usually comes up in the middle of like the 3rd Surg wave we're eating or the 3rd nuke that's been dropped on us.
Well, and then I'll hit a couple game winning streak and things will go good. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, feeling good.
You're like, okay, I can do this.
And then I'll just have a game where everyone's shouting at each other in chat and like, you suck, you don't know, look at your kills, look at your damn blah blah blah, and it's just like, why?
We need more games where we have a full stack of us rolling and we all play support or something like that, or now we all play healers. Although our all support team doesn't work anymore because of how that classification works. Is we were able to do like Karazim and Uther.
Yeah, I mean, Karazim could do enough damage that he can almost be an assassin.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that was because they were all support. We were able to do that meme team dream.
Yeah,
and then win.
Yeah,
but I don't know if we could do it anymore. I don't know if you could do a team of all 5 healers and pull it off now.
Yeah, I guarantee you could.
Maybe
I should have kept the game open so I could have seen what healers do. Like Karazim does a lot of damage. Rhaegar does a decent amount of damage.
Well, no, they would have to be classified as healers now. Like you couldn't do like, oh, they have a healing ability.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're classified here.
Karazim, I would argue, is almost certainly a melee assassin at this point.
Maybe.
So he would be out.
Let's see. Let's look at the list of healers and see what kind of silly team we can make.
Okay, while you're doing that, Critical Role Kickstarter up to 8.1 million.
Yep, I still very strongly.
Go ahead, Courtney.
I still very strongly believe that it's going to get to 10 before the end.
Probably. They have 22 days left. 0.7 million left until their final stretch goal. Unless they decide to come up with another thing, but I don't think they will. Because 8.8 gives them... How many days
left did you say they have?
22.
So April 18th.
8.8 gives them the full Briarwood arc. And I think at that point, they would just say, yeah, we're not coming up with any more weird stretch goals for people to do.
I think they'll be able to do it, no problem.
Probably. They haven't hit that like final boost yet. That final push.
No, but they're gonna. There's gonna be enough things between now and then. You know, packs this weekend.
What I'm saying is they haven't hit the final push yet, so there's still opportunity for them to get more money.
Yeah.
So yeah. As certainly Josh predicted, it has the rate has kind of plateaued at this point, so it is still steadily going up, but it's no longer burst damage, but now a slow burn sustained DPS.
Studies sustained DPS.
Yeah. So
yeah, everybody blew their cooldowns at the beginning of the fight, and now
yeah, I have seen a bunch of people that said that like they were already backers and then they've upped their pledge. Oh no, you know what? That was Sam Riegel's mom who said that. That's who that was.
Bloodlust has worn off on the party.
I'm pretty sure Sam Riegel's mom wants to get to 10 million and have like, I don't know, some kind of cameo of Momlin or something.
Oh my gosh, yes, have that happen, please. What's my mother's name?
I know the community. There were folks in the community who were asking that if she would make an appearance on the show or something, like as a player, or run a game, which I think would be amazing.
That would be so precious.
Yeah,
like that would just be so precious.
Yeah. So, all right, that pretty much wraps up.
Healers for Heroes of the Storm. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Uther.
Okay.
Karazim.
Uther and
Lili.
Okay.
Rhaegar. Tyrande.
Oh, Tyrande's listed as a healer?
Yeah.
Still?
Malfurion. Brightwing. Anna. Auriel. Alexstrasza. Lucio. Deckard Cain.
Okay, so an all-healer team would work.
Stukov. Whitemane.
Oh, that's right. Stukov. Although he got nerfed.
Actually does
Whitemane
does a surprising amount of damage.
Stukov got nerfed pretty hard. I tried playing him after the nerf, and I was like, "Oh no, oh my poor boy."
Look how they massacred my boy.
it was pretty bad. Let's be real. So you could do an all healer team and make the meme dream alive.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Now that we've got that all squared away
out of your system,
it is time to talk about this week's stuff in 8-Bit Adventures.
Woo!
Okay.
All right. So starting off, 8-Bit Adventures game night. I took y'all's advice and streamed Final Fantasy IX, so that would be the time where I actually played, which was good because I haven't played at all outside of that. And then at the end of the stream, found out that I could just buy the gear that I was worried about losing, so I didn't have to do all that AP grinding. So I just lost like an hour and a half of time, because I didn't need to grind to get detect, basically. So that was great.
Well done.
Always check weapon shops, folks, and just buy the stuff in there. And now I know how synthesis works.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, still haven't come across the Princess and Steiner, and I still hate Zidane, but Freya's good.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to the day when I can replace Zidane with Steiner and just do Steiner, Freya, and Vivi.
You're still got a few members to collect.
Right, that's right. I also got the weird I don't know, swamp lady who eats frogs.
Yeah.
Or swamp man. It is not clear.
Swamp creature.
Swamp person.
Swamp being.
Swamp being.
Thank you for the clarification.
I think they're called Ku or Q. It's Q-U,
yes.
Right?
I'm gonna pronounce it as Ku, because otherwise it's the Q, and
that's something different.
And nobody needs that. Nobody needs Q to show up anywhere at any time. He messes everything up. So.
I'll talk about it when we get to talking about the game.
So, yeah. So that was a thing. We had episode 12 of Tales of Jemmora.
Yeah.
And that VOD is now available up on YouTube or in podcast format. So yeah. getting ready. The party leveled up to level 12. And
God.
level 9. Did I say level 12?
I was gonna say 12. You told me 9.
I'm so tired.
Wrong game.
Episode.
Yeah.
I was getting it mixed up with the episode number. Level 9.
Well, you guys are going to be 12 soon-ish in my game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I still need to. Actually upgrade May.
But level 9. Woo!
Yeah.
But yeah,
And,
a lot of that's just.
We
I
won't.
felt so bad.
We won't talk too much about that because I don't want to give out spoilers for folks.
But in general, Courtney feels really, really bad that she started to get a migraine. Like
Actually,
40 minutes left on session 2.
Yeah, it left us at a good spot.
It did leave us at a good spot.
It left us in a really good spot. So like 6 in one house, dozen of the other for like feeling bad that we had to end early because I wanted to keep going.
I would
but
say
at the
that
same time,
your misfortune provided us a nice opportunity, Courtney. So thank you for that. And I'm sorry.
Happiness is the misfortune of others.
I'm sorry that it took your misfortune to give us that opportunity. But yes. Also, there is a clip that I clipped and shared of. I didn't realize that it happened at the time.
Oh, you didn't notice?
You
No.
didn't even realize?
No,
Oh,
I didn't
that's
realize it
adorable.
until I was editing and saw Tuck pop up in like just completely taking up the camera. So that was great. And that's the kind of stuff that I look for when trying to clip things out, is weird, funny things. So, as far as comics, we basically now have almost entirely wrapped up the arc for the 8-Bit Adventures comic in this week's comic Warp Home. So kind of just like fast forwarding a little bit and glossing over like, oh, them getting out of the sewers and finding a warp pipe and blah, blah, blah. So it's them basically sneaking their way back home. And so we'll probably do like a full wrap up this coming week, and then going to take a bit of a break from the story and do like a bunch of one-offs to kind of recharge my batteries. So
Yeah.
the 8-Bit art stream. Now, this is where stuff gets great. Coloring old comics, which is always good, gets us further progress along to the book.
Yep.
But I also gave my thoughts on interesting spells that the party could learn that they probably won't because they're non-optimal, but I think it would be great. Like Awaken, so that the party could make all sorts of talking animal and plant companions for 1,000 gold per casting.
What?
And in 8 hours. Or what actually might be an interesting tactical option is Teleportation Circle becomes available for a bunch of folks. Or ironically, with Josh asking, does anybody know Daylight? That becomes available for Jacobin.
It does.
As well as Haste. You always have Haste prepared.
But
What am I gonna
May
do?
I do.
Has Daylight style stuff.
I'm gonna paint all my armor blue and just shout "Gotta go fast" when I cast haste.
Haste and
Okay,
Misty Step.
So wait. So you wouldn't let the Lucarian Chronicles be canon, but you'll let him do that?
I'm gonna sing "City Escape."
I can't stop him
Nonstop?
from memeing himself. I can't.
You memed yourself.
You've done this to yourself.
Yes.
Also, good luck getting any of that blue powder paint off your adamantine armor then. If you decide to do it. And then regret your decision later.
No regrets.
No regrets. But yeah, so
Only gods can judge you.
Some interesting things that I thought of.
Not even.
Basically, teleportation was a big theme. Awaken was a big one. Seraph has the most interesting options, given that he chooses from both sorcerer and cleric. Jacobin has some interesting options, including Revivify, Daylight, Elemental Weapon. or I mean, haste obviously is the big one for Josh may actually start casting spells now that he can cast haste on himself.
I will definitely have daylight prepared just because of what I think is lying ahead of us, and I think that will be useful.
So some things that Tuck can pick for Seraph include like Cone of Cold, Hallow.
Strong spell.
Hallow's pretty strong for what you guys are doing.
Hallow is
Hallow
the
from the other side.
Oh no, what's the reverse bless? Oh, Bane.
That's a level 1.
Bane's a level 1 spell.
I was gonna say
Hallow is a 5th level
Nat
spell.
has that.
It consecrates an area, and when you consecrate it, you get to choose an effect, and it basically like makes all undead and demons and stuff like leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
They can't stay.
Aura Vitality is another one I have, which actually seems pretty good.
That's right. That was another one that I thought was interesting.
I just run around doing the Spider-Man 3 giving people 2d6.
Like you point at somebody and they get 2d6 hit points.
No.
Pew, 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 pew.
No.
Jacobin will do the finger guns when he does it.
Yeah, of course he will.
I mean, it is a pretty great spell. Bonus action.
That's pretty strong.
Bonus action for 2d6 hit points. And it's a concentration. And it's anybody within 30 feet.
Anybody within 30 feet.
Yeah.
People are always near me.
Yep.
It's because I'm so charismatic. That's pretty much why everyone wants to be around me all the time.
Nope. It's because you are very difficult to take down, so you are, say, a constant source of either distraction for enemies or basically sneak attack procking, we'll call it.
Sure.
I wanted to say it's my brain thought fodder, and I went, that's not right.
I was considering starting my foray into fighter levels, but I think I'm going to hold off to No, yeah, exactly. Well, there's too much. I think there's too much good stuff in the next few levels for me.
Yep.
I think it's like after 11 or 12 where it's just like kind of boring stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's where I'll do like my 3-level dip.
I mean, there'll be some tempting offers too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Maybe to try and get you to persuade to stay on the path of the paladin.
Well, we'll see what Mr. Norn. I'm going to start calling him Mr. Norn. Mr. Norn can provide.
I think he might actually enjoy that. Being called Mr. Norn. Mr. Norn.
Mr. Norn.
But yeah, so I gave my full thoughts and on the spell analysis in that I think it was basically from the player's handbook. It was on D&D Beyond, so it included any spells that are out. So yeah. And then I was having a back and forth with Josh Carty, particularly on some of his stuff, and arguing kind of the merits of whether the party would take spells like Dominate Person and Geas. Because they're kind of spells for bad people. Good people don't necessarily really take those spells. Given that Geas is basically psychological torture. It's you tell a person you must do a thing or not do a thing, and if they try to do or not do that thing, they take 8d4 psychic damage.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty
no
good spell.
Save.
And it lasts like 30 days.
Yes, it lasts a month.
How long does it take to cast?
Instant.
It might be instant. Yeah, it might be an action.
Yeah.
It's basically used for villains to get the players to do what they want.
I mean, but what is a villain really? What is a man?
A villain is a guy that asked that question.
Exactly. There you go.
A villain is a character that asks, "What is a man but a miserable pile of secrets?" So,
a miserable pile of lies and secrets. I think.
Of lies and secrets. Oh, okay. And then Berkshire Bites. There will be a show next week. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be Hot Harry's because Megan is actually going away this weekend. So normally we would use this Friday as our date night to go out somewhere and then take notes. But she'll be gone, so we can't do that. And we thought about also doing the Forge, but we're saving that for a special occasion with a friend of ours.
I'm not doing anything on Friday night.
Uh, so I mean,
You
I'll
should
be
just
I'll
go
be
to
down to do
Taco
something.
Bell
No,
and get
No.
something good.
we have set a precedent and decided that or established a precedent that we are not going to do like chain fast food places. So
Good
no
call.
McDonald's, no Taco Bell.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Chili's we might do.
Those are
because
chains.
it's still a sit down
Chains.
restaurant. It's like at the bottom of the list, along with 99 Applebee's and stuff like that. Like it's still a sit down restaurant, and Berkshire County only has one of them. Was the other factor.
Their ribs
but
are good.
so like Angelina's, we probably won't do.
Yeah.
Friendlies, I don't know. We might do. We might not do.
No, Friendlies is the same across the country.
But the fact is, there's not many of them left.
Yeah.
That said, I don't really want to go there, so maybe not. But I believe it's going to be Hot Harry's, despite the fact that it is technically a chain. However, like
it's a local.
More than half of them are in Berkshire County, and then the other ones are like there's one in something like South Dakota.
Yeah. Something
and
like
then
that.
Another one like down south somewhere. So it's weird. But we figured it was local enough to warrant doing. So
yeah, because they're like single ones out there.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Oh no, it's two in like New Jersey, I think. It's like two in New Jersey, wherever. One in South Dakota, and then there's like 4 in Pittsfield.
What?
There's 2 in Pittsfield.
I know. There's 2 in Pittsfield.
There's Tyler Street and North Street. And North Street is amazing because you can do online ordering from them now. They
deliver?
They deliver.
No, I might do that.
With Uber Eats or something like that.
Is there Uber Eats in Pittsfield?
I mean, there's Uber, so I would imagine
I think Uber Eats is only in the bigger cities because I know because I've tried doing driving for Uber Eats over the summer, and I would sit there with my app on and nothing would pop up.
Oh,
well,
no.
that might be because not a lot of places were doing it too.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know. Or who knows? Maybe they have somebody.
I don't know.
That, because I know I've thought about it a couple nights already this week, but I've had to do papers and sleep.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Hot Harold's delivery. Let's find out.
So next show will be Hot Harry's. Be on the lookout for that. I don't know. We might have a little bit more of a limited show, given that we kind of get the same stuff every time we go. Despite my protest that I've gotten a couple things on the menu.
I can help with that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we'll talk about it. The issue is, so one of the issues that we run into is trying to do 2 people talking on one mic.
Yeah.
And since we've been having technical difficulties, which is why we started the stream late, it's just been a bit of gymnastics to try and get 2 people around the mic at my desk to do the episodes.
It does look like they do use Uber Eats. Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
I follow them on Facebook. That's what they said on Facebook.
I don't need to drive for them anymore, but
I was going to say the problem is, John, is if you get it, are you going to get the ping to go deliver yourself food?
I don't need to drive. I'm good now, but there was a time where I was like, I need more income, and maybe I'll do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about that, just driving for Uber when I was laid off and before I worked at
me too,
job.
but they won't. The car I have, they won't allow because it only has 3 doors.
They wouldn't let me do it either because I have PIP.
Yeah, you have a smart car.
I do.
Mine was just, do I want to deal with potentially drunk people throwing up in my car? And I was
guaranteed drunk people.
I was like, nope.
I was gonna say that's the only reason why I use Uber. When I use Uber, if I'm not like in Boston, because I refuse to drive down to Boston, finding parking alone is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like I always take the bus out or the train.
Well, maybe I will order delivery from Hot Harold's soon.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you can't tonight because they close
Oh yeah, not at this
very
point.
soon.
I ate a bunch of free pizza at my school's literacy night. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
Gucci.
there you go.
Yeah. Yep.
There you go.
So yeah, so be on the lookout for the next episode of Berkshire Bites. All right.
Nice. Oh, real quick before
Yeah.
we move on, one more minor piece of news for our previous segment. That I
Oh.
didn't realize.
Oh
I didn't
my
realize.
god!
We're out.
Oh no!
Oh no! Yes, JoJo memes. Borderlands 3 teaser. Oh my god, Borderlands is like definitely my top. Borderlands 1 and 2 are probably my top 10 games of all time.
I hate
How do you
Borderlands.
feel about the pre-sequel?
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's Borderlands. It's just Borderlands 2 with different characters.
The ending of Borderlands 1 made me so
It
angry
is. It's just like why?
that I stopped playing altogether and refused to play any others of the series.
Borderlands 2 is really good. Borderlands
Don't
2
care.
is really good.
Don't care.
Ugh.
Don't care. So mad.
He's that salty.
I really love Borderlands. I just really love it. And I think one of the few times I've actually called in sick to work for a video game release was both Borderlands.
Wow.
I may do the same for this one. I don't care that I'm in charge of the school. I'm going to play this video game.
Dude.
Yep.
No, because it's probably going to be a
I'll plan
Friday
ahead, and I'll take a personal day. I won't call in sick. I'll take a personal day.
There
I'll
you
plan in
go.
advance.
I'm
I'll
like,
plan in
there's
advance.
plenty of time in advance to plan that.
And if I'm lucky, it'll release on a Friday. And
It probably will. It's
Probably.
a big title.
but a lot of times it's Tuesdays. A lot of times it's Tuesdays. Is the other big
Tuesdays
release
is
day.
another big day, yeah.
Yeah.
Because April 16th and April 30th are my big launch days for my games coming out. Final Fantasy for the Switch and Opus Collection.
Which one? 10.
Well, 10 and 10-2 is on the 16th, and then
Ha
Zodiac.
ha 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 ha. That's my Titus laugh.
Alrighty. Anyway,
Remember that part in the game where Titus did that laugh?
yes, I do.
That's a
It's
great. That's a great
and
impression
then-
of my D&D character.
It is.
And then Zodiac Age, Opus Collection, and Wheel of Wonderful World all come out on the April 30th.
I really, you know what? I give 10 a lot. I like Final Fantasy 10 a lot.
Is that the
10
one-
2,
Is that the
I
one
like
with Blitzball?
Hello?
Well,
You guys are back.
there we go.
Now you're, okay,
Yeah.
which you say it's the one with the
Blitzball.
yes.
I
Yeah,
still don't
actually-
understand what it is, but
It's underwater soccer,
okay.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Basically.
it's
Okay.
underwater soccer, underwater.
underwater
Something like
rugby. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
It's like underwater rugby soccer.
I was gonna say,
And
yeah.
you have
Ultimate
to
Frisbee
play it
has-
to get skill points or something?
No,
No,
Oh.
it's just game.
it's a mini game.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is one point in the game where you have to play because there's like a tournament that's in the storyline, but
Okay.
it doesn't matter much if you win or lose. It
Alright.
has a
Yeah,
little difference.
it doesn't matter either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
think C10's cool because it's got a really nice, colorful aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
with
That
the
was
whole
my
island
introduction.
vibe. It's nice.
That was my
and it actually
introduction.
has a really good story. It's a really good
Yeah.
character story.
Yeah.
If I were ever to do an epic cosplay, I would cosplay Lulu.
You need so many belts. You need a lot
Yes,
of belts.
all of the belts. And then the fuzzy collar, like, yes. And I'd have to carry around a little Moogle. I mean, not the Moogle, the other thing. The little cactus doll.
Oh,
it-
Cactuar.
She had different dolls. That was her
Yeah,
weapon.
yeah,
was
yeah, one of the different-
like, dolls.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter because right now we're talking about Final Fantasy IX on Questlog.
Yeah. Nice segue today.
All right, so this time in our show notes, I actually put where each of us are. Courtney,
know.
I didn't know
Yeah.
where you were, so I
No,
put
that's about where I am still.
Chocobo Forest. I
Because-
don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little bit. I'm in the main big town still. I have not gotten to play. As I said, it is.
Well, so have you made
midterms.
it to Burmecia? That's the place
No.
you go after Lindblum, right?
No, I'm still in Lindblum.
Okay. was gonna say
She's
I-
just behind you.
I basically got to the gates outside Burmecia.
Yeah. No, I have been having midterms, and
Yeah.
I have a big project due, which I get to work on, and I can't go to Boston unless my project is done. So,
Yep.
I've been putting all of my time and effort into doing my papers, unfortunately, because school has to come first.
Yep.
So I am still in Lindblum. I have not had any chance to further. I'm getting ready to leave, but
Okay, so I have passed you then.
yes, you have.
I'm not in last place anymore.
No, you're not.
Yes. Zidane is still trash. I hate him.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Yeah.
No. He's the
so
worst.
good.
He's
Okay,
the
so
absolute
Sean,
worst.
have you played through this game before, or
No.
is this first time played through for
This is
both
my
you
first
and
time
I?
playing through this game.
Okay, so I'm just finding it interesting how, like, Josh, I'm not sure if you're being your, like,
Oh, I'm just
sarcastic
joking.
self
Zidane's
about
annoying.
Zidane. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I can't tell with you sometimes. I
I
really
think-
can't.
It's obviously intentionally written that way.
Oh, yeah. Obviously, he's written to be a chauvinistic pig.
I think he gets better towards the end, but I mean,
I don't
a
care.
game
I'm still
tonight.
gonna throw him off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw him out of the nearest airlock I can find the first chance I get.
I don't think you can take him out of the team. He's the main character.
Oh, I'm gonna hate this so much. I'm gonna hate
I don't know.
it
you might
so
be-
much.
Maybe you can.
I mean,
don't know.
you could take Cloud out of the team in 7.
Yeah, maybe you can. I don't know.
So
Yeah, you might. I never did just because he does so much damage. He's too good.
for me, he doesn't. It's
Oh my God, he
Freya.
crushes.
Freya will one-shot things, and Zidane will just sit there and be like, blink, blink, blink.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when I was grinding, Zidane and Vivi were doing like nothing, and Freya was one-shotting things.
My Zidane crushes. I don't know what the difference is.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm trying to like gear up on skills, and so he didn't have the best weapons. Maybe I don't know.
So, I'll also tell you. Here's a little thing. If you use his like glaives, you know what I'm talking about.
I
Like the
don't
ogre
have
and
them yet.
butterfly.
Oh, the ogre and butterfly. Okay.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are. I mean, they're called thief swords. I just call them glaives. But they're based off. Because I read an article about this the other day. The damage based off like some weird formula with strength and spirit stats, whereas his daggers are just based off of strength.
Okay.
So I think most of his glaives have higher overall like attack power. But if they're close in attack power, and yeah, I think the daggers are generally bad. It depends. I don't know.
Okay.
Everything I've gotten so far, the glaives just have so much more attack power that they way outclass all the other daggers. So
Yeah.
he does so much damage. He's right now he's hitting for like 1,200 or so a hit for me right now.
Yeah.
He hits so hard.
I also don't know if I just need to like grind more, because my characters are like level.
him. I think I'm
13.
I'm level 20-ish with everybody
Okay.
right now.
So like I don't know if level 13 is too low for being in just like going into Burmecia.
No, you're fine.
I just find like those
I feel
ladybug
like
enemies.
I feel like I'm slightly ahead of her
Okay.
guys because all the fights are pretty easy for me.
It's those ladybug enemies out in the field. It's just like if I don't take them out, like if I don't have Freya like one shot them all as soon as possible, like Vivi just goes down,
Hmm.
and like I can't keep Vivi alive because Freya's cover doesn't block spells. So and then it doesn't matter if Vivi's in the back row.
You haven't learned auto potion yet on anybody, have you?
No,
Oh, it's so good. Auto potion's the best.
I need to because I waste
Yeah.
so much time. And that's the other thing is like I need somebody to just serve as like a heal bot with potions, and I'm like, well, all I'm using Zidane for is stealing because like he can't do AoE and his damage is terrible for me. So Zidane,
Weird that his damage is so low.
you're either stealing or you're feeding potions to Vivi. Is how it goes.
Zidane's always been my top damager. I don't know.
No, Freya.
Even Freya's
either just
jump always did less damage than Zidane's attack.
either just straight auto attacking or jumping.
I never use Freya's auto attack. It doesn't do anything. You got to use a jump to get decent damage.
And then I found, and I think Josh, you were there when I found this on the stream, was so when you do multi-targeting with Vivi's spells, is it deals half damage. So if you have essentially 2 or more enemies, it makes it worth it. Or I guess, or more than 2 enemies, I would say. But like if there's 2 or less enemies, it seems like you're better off just single target spell damage.
Yeah, it also depends. I mean, I tend to only use his spells if I know the enemy's weak to it. Just because I don't want to spend a lot of MP.
That's the thing, is I don't know what else to do with him if I'm not just spamming spells every turn.
Well, so again, my Zidane does so much damage that it doesn't matter. I just have Vivi attack, whatever, because Zidane kills everything for me, pretty much.
Yeah, can't do that. I miss having Steiner in the party where I could just have Vivi augment his weaponry.
I also have a new... I mean, Steiner got this at some point too, but I got it on Zidane now. He's got a thing called MP attack, where it boosts his attack power by like draining his MP every attack.
Oh, nice.
So like it takes away like I think maybe like 5 or so MP per attack.
Yeah.
But right now it boosts his attack power by like his hits by like 200.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's like a 20% boost to his attack.
So I have add status on Vivi and Zidane.
Yeah.
Do we know like what's the proc rate on that?
I don't know the proc rate. You know, every weapon has some type of...
Yeah, the ones that I have equipped are silence, which is great.
Yeah.
If I could get it to proc.
It's probably very low.
Yeah.
My guess is it's very low.
Yeah, and that's not fun.
Probably like a 5% or something.
That's too low.
Yeah. Well, otherwise the game would be broke. It'd be so easy to break the game.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
You just silence everything. Nobody can do anything.
Well, unless they're big physical monsters, and then silence doesn't matter.
Wow. And then that's one less thing you have to like be worried about and prepared for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm admittedly, I'm a bit worried about like a half of these status effects where it's like venom versus poison or stuff like that, or like there's 2 different forms of petrify and
there's petrify and gradual petrify.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I like, like the 20 different status effects in the game.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, that most of them are like upgraded versions of the other ones.
Luckily, a lot of the abilities you get are like prevent so-and-so's status from happening.
Yeah.
So like if I see it happen once in a dungeon, like, oh, I'm going to encounter this enemy a bunch, I'll equip everybody with this ability so it doesn't matter. Same with like the man-eater or beast killer, hunter, or whatever, and all the different whatever. If you just know there's going to be a lot of beasts, particularly if you're out on the world map.
Yeah.
And I always put beast hunter on.
I wish I knew what counts as beasts versus dragon versus humanoid.
Yeah. I hear you there, because there are sometimes like, I don't know what this is considered.
Yeah.
But most of the time I'm like, well, I'm a bit over leveled, so it doesn't matter that much for me. Everything goes down so fast. It's whatever.
Because I don't really have enough skills at this point where I just can equip everything. Especially for Vivi. He knows like 1 skill.
Yeah.
Or passive skill anyway.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I have to choose and switch things on and off depending on the situation.
Yeah.
I played a bunch this weekend actually.
Oh yeah?
I played on Sunday because Saturday I was conquering the galaxy with a friend of the show, Sean Robbins.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah, I saw that.
I won.
I saw that.
I did it.
Who are you playing
I
as?
saw that. Good job.
Litany of... No, what are they? The Barony of Latnev. I didn't care for them that much. They were just all about big fleet size and things like that, which is right up my alley.
Yeah.
But I got stuck on a part of the map where there were no production resources, so I was like all influence.
Yeah.
But here, I just had a straight shot to
to the center
planet.
Yeah.
And I just I had like 3 move ships. I upgraded my cruisers to be super fast. I was just like, nah, I'm gonna go and take this. I just went right between 2 armies. I did right between 2 armies that were about to fight like around me. It's like, it's fine now.
I'm going.
And then my get off because I don't stand there, because whenever somebody takes that, you get basically a target on your head.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm just going to get the 1 victory point for this and get out. And then the next one of the things was like, oh, you get a victory point if you have your ships adjacent to the planet. And so I just got surrounded by everybody because they wanted their ships adjacent to the planet. I had no way to get off.
Yeah.
But I had enough ships there where nobody wanted to mess.
Okay.
I was like, But I just got lucky with like objectives and stuff that I could score relatively easily, that I was able to. And I had one other player on the board kind of helped me win once they realized they had no chance.
Yep.
So they helped me out a bit. But then Sunday I played a bunch of Final Fantasy IX just because I don't know, I felt like playing it.
Yeah.
So I advanced a decent amount.
So
I'm on.
You put Summoner Village is where you are. My guess is that probably plays into Garnet's story a bit.
A bit. Yeah. And another party member that joins.
Okay.
I mean, if you've seen the cover of the game, you see all the characters are on the cover.
Yeah.
I'm on a whole nother continent now. I'm off the first continent.
Oh
wow.
I've gone through a couple continents. And, I just did some Summer Village stuff, and now I got to go to the Ifa tree.
Okay.
Which I just assume is the world tree, basically,
sure.
if I'm remembering correctly. It's where all the myths come from. But yeah, I'm about to go there and try to find the main baddie, because that's apparently where he is. So, and I had fun. I had fun playing. I was like, oh yeah, I like this game.
Good.
It's so simple and just easy.
I'm still spending a lot of time just waiting for things to happen in combat.
I mean, for me, the combat's just whatever. Like I said, Zidane goes in, kills thing. Everybody else is kind of just there in the party. Particularly my party right now, because my party is Zidane, Garnet, or Dagger.
So stupid.
Zidane, Dagger.
And yet, changed your name.
Kina and Vivi.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, Kina doesn't do much if you don't know a lot of her skills, which you got to learn from enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do you? Because that's Or wait, is that the Ku character?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Because she's the blue mage, so you got to learn all of her magic from enemies. You basically steal their abilities for yourself.
Yep.
I have a few on her, just none of them are great or they're specific.
I got a couple of interesting ones.
The physical attacker does okay, but her formula must be weird because sometimes she hits really low and sometimes she hits really hard.
Maybe it's just a high random chance.
Maybe there's just a large gap between the low and high.
Yep.
And Vivi is Vivi. Once he's out of MP, he can't do much with him.
Yeah.
And Dagger can only heal. She has no offensive spells.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping for just like one offensive spell in her white magic. I'm trying to is it? There's like Holy eventually.
I think Arrow is usually
Is Arrow a white?
Arrow, I think, is usually a white magic skill.
Okay. Yeah, I could. Well, I was looking for that too because, like, I wish I had some type of arrow magic for these flying guys.
Yeah.
They'd go down so easy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and now it's even worse because Kenna got replaced with a new party member who also a white mage / summoner and does nothing except sit in the back right now. So I'm just like, all I have is Zidane to do damage, really, and Vivi if I want to use the spells. It's just like, I don't need all this healing.
Yeah.
I hardly need the one healer.
So, all right.
Yeah.
I feel like I missed my opportunity to get adamant too, though. The monk.
Okay.
I can't remember when you get him.
All right.
But,
Interesting.
yeah, he's the guy with like the red hair and the green outfit, like the big muscle guy. He's the monk.
Okay.
I just saw I bought a weapon for him at the weapon shop, so I'm like, oh, I must encounter him soon, and I never did. I was like, maybe because I think he's also kind of semi-optional, like Kinna is.
Yeah.
Where you might be able to get him early,
maybe
if you do the right thing. But I'm like, oh, I must have missed it,
Hmm.
or I just
Interesting.
it's not there yet. I don't know. I didn't look it up online. I was like, whatever. He's not gonna be my main party in the end anyway, so I don't care. I already know my main party in the end is going to be Zidane, Vivi, Steiner, and +1. I haven't decided who my last is going to be.
It's gonna be Cloud
Yeah.
and Squall.
Oh, I wish Squall.
I kind of wished that Square continued with the naming. We should name our protagonists after weather phenomena. Yeah.
They did. Lightning in Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, did they?
Yes. The main character's name is Lightning.
That's great.
Another character is also called Snow in the same game.
That's great.
Don't get me wrong, and that game also gets a lot of crap. I really kind of like Final Fantasy 13, but
yeah,
it gets crapped on a lot.
Yeah. So
but whatevs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is going to wrap up our podcast for this week, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. If you would like to see more amazing and wonderful content from 8-Bit Adventures, be sure to check out 8bitadventures.com. That's 8-bitadventures.com. If you would like to support the various podcasts, streams, shows, comics, artwork, projects, and all that other cool stuff from 8-Bit Adventures, be sure to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/8bitadventures and become a patron. You can get cool stuff like early access to the comics, exclusive access to our patron channels on our Discord, and patron flair on our subreddit, which is just r/8bitadventures.
Woo!
Our opening theme is One Up by Professor Shy Guy. Be sure to check out his work over at professorshyguy.bandcamp.com. Go check out his new album, which includes the singing talents of one Matthew Mercer and one Ashley Birch, among several other fine and talented voice talents. I use talent way too many times, but yeah, they all deserve it. They all deserve it. They're all amazing and awesome and wonderful. So,
they're all talented.
Yes. With that, we're going to sign off. So have fun, everyone. Happy gaming. Enjoy your pie cake. And thank you, patrons, for all of your support.
You're totally decent people.
Yes.
Woo!
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.